lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recap. I'm going to be playing some clips for you guys today.
When I called Tia just left Angel's house.
Okay.
Angel got kicked out of her house.
Eesh. Angel got kicked out of her house. Those are very strong allegations. They better have some proof, honey.
So they're renting. Said, your little lease is up and you have to get out of here.
Okay, so your little lease is up. You have to get out of here. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't that happen sometimes where the lease is up? Like, you get a lease for a certain amount of time, and then if the lease is up, the lease is up. Like, am I missing something?
Angel, you have been evicted. Didn't you tell us you was top tier?
Yeah, but lease, guys, maybe I'm slow, but when you get a lease for somewhere, right? For instance, I have a lease for a particular place for a certain number of years. If they then come to me and tell me like, oh, the lease for your office or whatever is now over, or the period is now over, like, let's say we got it for 3 years. After 3 years, the lease is over. If the lease is not renewed, then we know we have to go our separate ways. So I'm a bit confused. I'm definitely very confused, unless I'm being slow.
Tier wag? This is not top tier wag.
Yeah, but lease and being evicted are completely different things. Like, what is going on? Is it that she got some more information that highlighted that this lady was evicted? Because I don't know.
Look, where's Taylor Swift? She top wag.
No, let me tell you this, T.
What? Tell.
Because one of my friends who's a realtor told me this girl came up to me and said, hey, I need a house in Potomac. I need it to look like it's $50,000 a month, but I'm only willing to pay $2,000 to $3,000 for the house.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So she wants it to look a certain way, but she does not have or does not want to spend the money, but she wants it to look fancy. She wants to invite the people over. She wants to be able to enjoy a good time with the people, seem rich, but without the funds. Is that it? Super says they probably wanted to increase it and that she didn't want to pay it. Exactly. So I don't necessarily think like that's being evicted. I think being evicted is if you don't pay your bills and they kick you out. Like, or, they want to use the place and you're refusing to leave, so they get you evicted formally. Like, that's what I think of when I say evicted. But yeah, this is all a bit odd. But Wendy saying she needs a house that looks like $50K a month but costs $2K. It's like, girl, where you gonna find that at? Where are you going to find that? Hun, no chance.
And then she wanted to have like this lavish lifestyle presented, but she said that she just wanted to pay a certain amount.
You know what is so sad is the fact that Wendy is the messenger. It's like, honey, you are already in some deep ish for what you may have allegedly done, which means you're also living above your means, allegedly. Okay. If what was said is true, then you're also living above your means. So if that's the case, it's like you're in no position, honey, no position whatsoever to speak on it. No, you're not. No, you're not. So it is very, very odd, I will have to say.
Look, if she want a discount, by all means, baby, get your discount. I'm not vested in Angel's living accommodations. I'm more vested in Angel and how she shows up for us as friends. Is Angel broke?
Oh my gosh. It ain't looking good. It's like you're a catfish in all the different departments. Like you're a visible catfish, and now you're a catfish in other things. Oh no. No. That is not good. You can't be a catfish in every single way. Like, what are we doing? Like, what is this, honey? Like, what? Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that is so weird. And if you see the comments, people are like, Ashley, Dabby, you don't have a house. Michael has a house and lets you stay there. Knowing what we know about Wendy, this hit differently. Wendy, girl, you got some audacity. That's what I mean when I say wrong messenger with everything that is going on this season. It's so sad because Wendy is really in her big girl season. She's in a season where people are loving her. She's showing up as her authentic self. She's not doing too much. And now it's like, girl, you're doing too much. It's not looking good, sis. It really is not looking good. D says, yes, I love Wendy, but this stuff is not going to age well. It really isn't. And it's so sad because it's like, Wendy, I wish that you weren't so vocal about money stuff, knowing that you had allegedly had some of these skeletons in your closet. It's like, girl, please. If you had these skeletons, you should have been the nicest. You should have been like, oh, we don't know yet. Maybe it was an eviction. Maybe, give her a benefit knowing fully well what you know, sis. Mm-mm-mm. Not good at all. It's definitely not aging well at all. I think let me pull up what Monique had to say about Angel, and then we will call this a night.
Surprised you the most this season, in a good or bad way?
I'm gonna have to say Angel. I'm gonna say Angel surprised me the most because I wasn't around for so many weeks, So when I met Angel and then thereafter, I came in not knowing what actually happened and then watching the episodes, and I'm just like, oh, okay, this is definitely different from what I thought was happening by the time I met her.
So it's given you heard something, but then the reality was different from what you heard. Mm-mm-mm. That's what it's given to me.
And I really hope that she's able to kind of turn some of the situations around with the ladies, because I feel like she was coming from a very vulnerable space and she was taking everything very personally.
Yes, I completely agree. I think that's a very, very good description of what Monique is saying. It was definitely very, very, everything was being taken extremely seriously. Because like when you think everything is so serious and nobody is coming for you, but you feel like everybody's coming for you because you're so insecure, that's definitely what it was given. Bajan says either AA or AAA batteries. You're right about that. I just checked and it's AA batteries. So I definitely would have to get those very soon. D says, I don't care what Wendy did. I'm here for it. Let her pay her fine and come back next season. The problem is I don't know if it's gonna be a fine, honey. It's looking like time in the clink, in my opinion. But I really hope it's just a fine, but it's not looking likely, hon. Sorry.
No, some of the things that the ladies say, because I've been in the dynamic before, certain things I would have just laughed at, or it would just like.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like some of the things, like the catfish thing, laugh, move on. It's not that deep. It really is not in the grand scheme of things, but it's like she did not want to let a thing go. It was given she did not want to be seen as weak, that she was hanging on and holding on to every single thing that came up, which I just think is not right. It's not okay. Don't do that to yourself, baby, because you end up looking as crazy as you did.
Like you would nip it in the bud and then you would walk away. But when you continually drag certain situations out, it just becomes like, wait, what is happening? Like we got to move on,
Exactly. If you can't move on from situations, don't be on Housewives. Housewives is not the place for you. You need to be able to talk about it, move on, keep it moving. The problem is she seemed to not be able to move on from anything. So it just felt like we were in the same situation over and over and over and over again. And I just don't think that's okay.
So yeah, I think that surprised me the most.
We do see you speaking very candidly with Angel about the similarities between her and your past self being married to an NFL player.
I noticed similarities between you and I, being with an NFL player.
I'm not willing to discuss that.
Like, what do you mean you're not willing to discuss that? Like, you're on the show for that reason, ma'am. Why are you taking everything so seriously? Like, pipe down, sis. What in the world? It's given, it's too much. So yeah, I'm definitely not here for that at all. Sis, dial it back.
Period.
What can you tease about that conversation?
What I can tease is that sometimes when you're going through certain situations and you see someone else that is doing exactly some of the things you did, and you feel like you're looking in the mirror. Now, I've had moments where people have tried to tell me certain things, but it was just the wrong messengers. So I was trying to be the right messenger for her. And I also wanted to make sure that she wasn't walking down a path that I've already been down. You know, from woman to woman, mother to mother, I was just like, if you need some help, just say it, because I know what that feels like. So I can tease that, but you'll see how everything pans out.
Which of the women surprised?
I think it'll be very interesting to see that conversation, because from what it was looking like Angel did not want to hear nothing that she had to say. I'm just putting that out there. Anyways, guys, I need to go now. I am tired. I need to figure out if I'm eating suya at freaking 11:30 p.m. at night. Well, if I order it now, it's probably not going to come until like 12 a.m., which is ridiculous to be eating that late. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight. It's been a wonderful time. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. What are you still waiting for? And for the replay gang, thank you so much for going back. It's not easy to go back and listen to everything again, so I thank you for doing that.